Vancouver, how you doing? Wow, look at this. Already a lineup for questions. You can tell we have a big guest coming up. I don't think I've ever seen that, where we've already got people lining up. Before we introduce them, that is amazing. So obviously, you all know who's here. This is my final panel of the weekend. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for your amazing questions and all your support, all your incredible costumes. Give yourselves a round of applause. And we of course want to thank all the volunteers here, our ASL interpreters, and the entire staff for hosting us here. It's been another incredible Fan Expo, and I'm so happy to be here and hope to continue down the road. Let's bring out our next guest. For over 25 years, he voiced, let's just face it, the most recognizable video game character on the planet. Let's bring him out, Charles Martinet!
Yo, it's me, Mario!
There you go.
Mommy said something nice. There, I said it and I meant it. And where, Luigi? Everybody keeping me.
Thank you very much.
You need no introduction. We just have to cue you on that. We just wind you up. That's great. Welcome to Vancouver. Have you been here much in your days here?
Yeah. This is where Next Level Games is, where we recorded Luigi's Mansion 3. That was great fun. Found some great restaurants in the process.
Yeah.
Really, such a lovely place. It's really great. Happy to be here. Very grateful to Nintendo for all these years of joy and happiness and fun.
Yeah.
Very grateful to the guys at Fan Expo for having us out here. They're fantastic volunteers and everybody. I'm mostly grateful to all you guys. Your love for the game is what has allowed us to continue making them, and it allows me to keep flying around all over the world and meeting wonderful people like you. So thank you very much for playing my game.
We've got Mario costumes here, Luigi costumes. Everyone has a memory of when I think they first got introduced to Mario. For me, I'm a 90s kid, so it was Super Mario 3 when he was flying and he was like, he's riding a dinosaur, this is amazing. Being a kid when that came out was crazy. I know Super Mario 64 was a game changer because it was that first one to get into that 3D gameplay. That was huge for that North American market. But I mean, you voiced the character and became the character for over 25 years. Talk to us about that. I know you've told this story countless times, but for the benefit of the audience here, tell us about that initial audition when you went in for the voice of what would become the legendary character and characters.
Yes, well, I was lying on the beach reading a book like actors do when they're waiting for the pager to go off. I had a pager. This was before cellular phones. This is like 34 years ago. And my pager went off and I'm like, oh, it's my friend. I guess we're gonna go eat something. But I thought, it's worth getting off the beach and calling him. So I went to the phone, called him up. He said, you gotta go crash this audition. It's for a job I'm doing in Las Vegas. So, you've gotta do this. I said, I'm a professional actor. I've never crashed an audition. Where should I go? And I had no idea why, but I got off that beach. I went in, I found a parking spot. So this was obviously destiny. And, I went in, and as I was walking in the door, the producer and the cameraman were walking out the door, and I said, oh, sorry, can I read for this? I recognize the Sony Betacam SP bag. And he goes, all right, come on inside. Obviously they hadn't found what they were looking for. I knew that little clue. And, I go inside, he goes, you're an Italian plumber from Brooklyn for this character called Mario, and it's for a company called Nintendo. Never heard of Mario, never heard of Nintendo. And I'm like, oh yes, indeed, yes. And he goes, so we're gonna be doing a real-time animation system. You're gonna wear these things on your face, and when you talk, it's supposed to make the character talk, move his mouth, so you'll have hidden camera, hidden microphone, so you say, hello, my name is Mario, and that should make the character do the same thing. But we have no idea if this is gonna work. It's never been done before. If it doesn't work, I'm not gonna pay you to drink coffee all day. So make up a voice, make up a video game, make up anything you want, and when you run out of things to say, that's your audition. So I think to myself, self, Italian plumber from Brooklyn, get out of my face, I'm waking here. Or what do you want from me? I'm not your same kid. And I thought, don't do that for 9 hours.
It was a little gruff at first.
Yeah. I thought, what if there are kids out there, and I have this rule about comedy, it's never hurtful outward, and you don't terrify children. call me crazy, it's a rule.
Good advice.
Yeah. So I had done Gremio and Tammy the Shrew years before, and a nice Italian guy. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna be a bit rude, I thought, I'll do that, because his character, the oldest man in the world. I'll just make him younger, and I'll talk about I know nothing about video games, except wacka 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 wacka, and there's asteroids where you shoot your little, and it goes up, and if you miss the asteroid, you have to wait until it goes for 95 minutes, until it clears the screen, before you can shoot again. Meanwhile, the asteroid is getting closer.
Yeah.
It's like that one that and you're like, and meanwhile, your heart's going, so this is a game I lose. Like every game I always lose. But so, I'm not going to make up a game where it goes, so I thought, I know, I'll make up a game about food, because obviously, this is my passion in life. So, and I'm sitting there thinking about it, and I hear action, I go, hello, I'm Mario, let's make a pizza pie together. You go get some sausage, I get some spaghetti. We put spaghetti and sausage in the pizza, and then I'm gonna chase you with the pizza. And if I catch you with the pizza, you gotta eat the pizza. And then you're gonna he didn't say cut. But I'm enough of a brat that I go, okay, if don't say stop, I'm gonna keep going. So then he made a pizza, and then we make a lasagna, and I change the lasagna, we go down the hill, I catch the lasagna, you gotta eat the lasagna, and then you gotta make a lasagna. And then we're gonna make a tortellini, and then we're gonna make a ravioli. And I just went through every pasta that I'd ever heard of. He didn't say stop, so I started inventing. It was like, and then I'm gonna make a nice pasta rastutto rotello. It's a great pasta. I'm gonna chase you with the rastutto rotello. And if I got you the rastutto rotello, you gotta make a rastutto rotello. Then we're gonna make a pizza tartaro d'oro. And I just kept going and going and going. And I'm thinking, oh, this is kind of fun, and I'm enough of a brat that I'll never stop. Until I heard, stop talking. Cut, there's no more tape, thank you, we'll be in touch. And I thought for sure that was the end of it, right? And I leave, I go back and watch the sunset, I go have dinner with my friend, and he gets on the phone, he calls Nintendo, he goes, I found our Mario, I got him. I guess the thing is, I was the only person who didn't shut up. But everybody else was asking permission, is what I think. It's like, hey, my name's Mario, I'm a plumber from Brooklyn, I'm having a great time fixing the pipes in the sink. Like that. And the minute he broke character, they said, yes, exactly that, thank you very much. Next. So they've gone through
Right, you just went for it.
I just went for it.
Yeah.
This is what my lesson in life for me and for everybody, I hope. Go for it. Face your fears, face your anxieties, go for it. Life is so fast. 34 years ago, I crashed this audition. I played this character for 32 full years. In fact, they just came out with my name on another game, 2 days ago. So, but it all could have gone to naught if I had said, nah, that's okay, I'm gonna just stay at the beach, But I can tell you too, as an actor, I'm the most shy person I ever knew at that point when I decided to become an actor. And the only reason I became an actor was because I started losing my shyness a little bit going on stage, and then I went to an audition and I didn't get the part. And I was better than the person that did, and I knew that. And that lit the fire for me. So, life is a beautiful gift, and it's our job, if you will, to open the gift. It's a big Christmas morning, so open that gift. Dare yourself to open the gift. Dare yourself to succeed, because success is a lot more scary than failure. Failure is something we should all do and get good at, because the better you are at failing, the more you end up having the possibility of living your dream. And that's the promise in life, is that you have the right to live your dreams, to joy, to happiness, to fun, to love. And we're the ones that get in the way of it. And I know there's some actors out there, young actors, and I will tell you, the acting is, just like life is, it's like you're a dog chasing the ball on the beach. There's no third eye, there's nobody looking from the outside going, okay, how should I catch this ball? I know, I'll do the golden retriever trot. No, maybe the lab jog, that's it. They're just getting the ball on the beach. And that's what we need to do as actors, but also what we need to do as human beings. You know, you want to love somebody, love yourself. Enough to love somebody more, and to give and to care, to do those aspects of love. So that it's just that, and I'm mixing the two as a metaphor, but really, go for it, but let go, learn everything you can about life, and make life a lesson moment by moment, and then let go and chase the ball. Chase the ball, because we all have that negative voice that, you know, I used to, God, I can't believe what an idiot I was, and I dropped that piece of paper. Oh yeah, just forgive yourself and move on, you know? Life is a gift, remember that. Keep that going there, and love yourself enough to give yourself the wonderful life that you deserve, because you absolutely do.
There you go, some inspirational words. And you have a Guinness World Record for most performances of one character in a video game, over 100 to your credit.
Yeah, I think 165 at this point is Mario. I was also, didn't get this Guinness Book of World Record, but I believe I have the world record because I was the first character to do real-time animation. Yeah. And I've done that for 34 years now, too. So,
well, you've seen the entire industry change, you know, and evolve to what it is now.
Yeah.
Now, did the voice change over the decades at all, or was it pretty much always that, like, once you settled on that initial character, did it really get altered much?
Yeah, when I was first, it was like, hello, it's me, Mario. And I would take these lower pitch things, and I think as we went on, we wanted more energy, more drive the whole way, you know?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff like that's in Sunshine, that's a little bit more lilty conversational became like, let's go, yippee, you know?
Right.
Let's go, yippee, you know? The
little subtle variations.
Yeah. Would change. But
very cool.
Overall, it's the same voice you hear now.
Thank you so much. Over here, go ahead.
So, my question is, oh yeah, I remember you. I've seen you at Retro Gaming Expo. It was like 9 years ago. I remember you. Yeah, you did a shout out for me, so thank you. Yeah. So my question is, I know you haven't seen the movie, but have you seen the Mario Brothers movie from the 80s? So for a bit of for a bit of context, this is not the crappy live action movie from the 90s. So this is like from exclusively Japan.
Oh.
And it's so. When I went to Anime Revo, I met the guy that voiced Mario in the Mario movie from the 80s.
Really?
And yeah, I did. I met him and I asked him if he can say, and fun fact, he also voices Tuxedo Mask in the Japanese also in Rome. Toru Furia, that's his name. And I asked him if he can do, say, Serena's name, but as Mario, and he did it for me. He's awesome, but have you seen the movie from the 80s? I'm not talking about the live action one.
This is the first time I've ever heard there was one.
Yeah, from the 80s. It's really awesome. I like it better than the new movie, and I know fans are gonna get mad. But I like the old movie because it's paced well, more than the new movie.
Yeah.
It's just too fast paced in my opinion. If you've seen it, it's really good. It's called Super Mario Brothers: The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach.
I will keep an eye out for it.
There's a prince named of the Flower Kingdom. So there's the Star, Flower, and Mushroom Kingdom. Prince Hal. Yeah, it's a good movie. Please.
I'll keep
Yeah.
an eye out for it. I mean, you know, I'm just a guy like anybody else. There's a reason I say live your dreams is because, you know, I listened to this, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi said it had this album on love is the sweet expression of life. And he says, the universe is like a still pond, and you throw a grain of sand into it, it touches the still water, and the ripples go beyond the shore all the way into the universe. And that's what we're all doing, you know? You have no concept of the impact that we have, no concept of what reality really is, just the agreed upon metaphysical or the incarnation that we have, or whatever it is we have here. But, you know, I just did a voice because I like doing voices and being silly. And then it turned into something that blossomed into an amazing thing. So that's what I wish for you, is find what you love to do and do that. But I was always nervous when I asked a question too, so I understand that, but really, no celebrities any more than you are. We're all just, you know, bumping into the, oh, look at that, a job, oh, look at that, I'm a millionaire, oh, look at that, people like me. Yeah, I had no idea that I was a celebrity. You know, I'm doing my Mario in real-time thing. We were from CES, we went to E3. It's about 10 or 15 years into doing this. And I'm walking along on my break after doing the real-time animation. And someone said, excuse me, are you Charles Martinet? And I said, yes, I am. He goes, you do the voice of Mario, right? I said, yeah, yes, I do. Would you autograph something for me? And I went, wow, why would you want an autograph? I don't have a pen and I don't have a paper. Don't worry, I've got something. And he pulls out the pen, pulls out a thing, and I'm like, okay, now how do you autograph? You know, what do? You just write your name, hi, Charles Martinet. Do you say something nice? So I said, oh, you're number one, you know, because I always want to be nice to people. You're number one. Mario is always nice. That was my rule of creating that personality, was love, joy, happiness, all the things that I believe are the healthiest parts of masculine and feminine energy. So I put all that in there, and I'm like, okay, so let me put that, number one. And I'm like, okay, oh, do I sign Mario or Charles? I guess I signed both. I don't know, Mario, Charles Martinet. And I did that, and I handed it to him thinking, well, that's the end of that. And there were 20 people standing in line behind him. And I'm like, and then the security guy brings a table and a chair, and I just sit there signing during my lunch. I'm like, what is going on? Why would I, you know? And my old agent calls me up and he goes, hey, you know, you should be doing Comic-Cons. And I said, what's a Comic-Con? He goes, it's a Comic-Con. You go to these Comic-Cons and you sign autographs. And I said, why would anybody want my autograph? I can't think of it. Why? He goes, are you kidding me? You're the Babe Ruth of video games.
Wow, there you go.
I'm like, oh, yeah, the Babe Ruth. The Sultan of SWAT. But you know, really, don't worry. We're just people, and it's perfectly fine to be nervous too.
Go ahead with your question.
When you got the job as Mario, did you expect it to be like very huge, or like, or did you expect like, did you expect it to get big when you started voice acting Mario?
Since I had never heard of it, I'd never played the games. I had absolutely no idea. You know, just absolutely no idea whatsoever. I thought, oh, this is nice. I'm going to go to Las Vegas, and I don't like Las Vegas very much, but I'll go to Las Vegas, I'll earn some money, and I'll get some free food, you know?
Yeah.
I really am a golden retriever disguised as a man. But that was it,
I'm trying to think, like, on paper, maybe it was like a gamble then, because you're like, okay, this plumber has, you know, these mushrooms, and it's a secret world, and...
No, it's, you know, it's like when you're an actor trying to make a living in the secondary market, you'll take any job you can.
Yeah, for sure.
And then there was like, oh, boy.
And then boom.
Yeah, and then
Rest
just like
history.
that. So that's the other thing, is be humble enough to be surprised by life.
There you go. All right, over here, go ahead for Charles.
Oh gosh, that's you know, no. You know, I believe that this is a spiritual journey in a physical body, not a physical journey in a spiritual body. But you know, I mark things. You know, I always mark experiences. Like the reason I won't be you know, saying a joke going out that way is that in the first acting class I ever took, which I was tricked into going into, guy had a very profound stutter, and I asked him, you know, have you always had a stutter? He goes, no, on my 21st birthday, I went to Las Vegas with my friends, and, you know, we had dinner in a theater, and a performer, a comedian, and, you know, we finished dinner, all of a sudden the lights come up, and he goes, hey, you know, it's somebody's birthday here, stand up, buddy, and he says, I stood up, and the spotlight came on me. He goes, oh, never mind, sit back down. Look at that ugly kid. The pimply-faced fat kid. Oh, your parents must have hated having you. And he said every time he said a joke, the audience would laugh louder, and I felt smaller and smaller. And then I woke up the next morning with a stutter, and I've had it ever since. So in my way, I said, okay, never again will I do a racist joke. Never again will I do a sexist joke. Never again will I do that. From now on, anything I say that's funny has got to fall back into the character. So I just mark things, you know what I mean? Just mark things in life to try to be a better person. And I appreciate you saying I embody love, but I am also just as, you know, if we're flawed, but we're not flawed. But I fight too to be always that person. I once got on the phone, you know, one of those customer service calls where you're like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight for these $9.12. you know, and I'm like, okay, oh, wait, you just give me a chance, and I'm gonna, you know, and I said, you know, yes, well, listen, we've been overcharged for 4 months. Wait, can I just ask, is this Charles Martinet? Yes. You met my husband when he was in the army in Kaiserslautern, Germany, and he adores you. He was so grateful you said hello to our kids, and I'm sitting there going, wow, thank goodness heaven caught me before I did my thing. You know, you just never know how much impact you have in life, or how it comes, or where it goes. So, you know, and I'm flawed. I was just about to, you know, and I'm like, oh my goodness, thank goodness I didn't. But there was a great thing from a band, and said, you know, to all the band members, you know, you're celebrities. We're all celebrities. And your people have a certain level of respect and care for you, and give you more credit than you deserve, you know? So if you're checking into a hotel and you're arrogant and angry, and they know who you are, you will crush that person, and you will lose that love, that innocent fandom of you. So don't do that, you know? And I try to live that too, but you know, you gotta be respectful of everyone.
Thanks so much for the question.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you everybody for the questions. I'm gonna try to talk faster now. I know we don't have much time. I'll just, yes, thank you very much. Thank
Appreciate your
you.
stories. Over here, go ahead.
Hi, Charles.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Kaya.
Hi, Kaya.
Wow, it sounds so good. I was just wondering if Mario and Princess Peach hadn't crossed paths, is there another character you think Mario could have ended up with? Or would he have just been searching for that love, I guess I should say?
You know, I think he would just be searching for that Princess Peach. You know, I don't know, because I'm just a voice actor. You know, I can't write or direct or do anything like that. But I imagine he'd be still looking for that love.
Okay, thank you.
Well said.
Because it's pure. She making my heart go bada bing, bada boom, bada ba.
All right, we'll take one over here. Go ahead for Charles.
Hi, Charles. My name
Hi.
is Trevor. I'm hoping I don't catch flack for this, but how do you feel about being shafted as Waluigi from Smash Bros?
You know, that's very sweet. I'm an actor. You know, if someone says to me, come and play, I get a, you know, hey, now a text, you know, come to the studio, we want you to do this. And I'm like, yippee! I'm thrilled to do whatever I'm doing. You know, and I know that, like, Mr. Sakurai got 587 billion gazillion messages. We want this, but you know, to me, it's like, I would love to have Waluigi have his own game. You have to cheat to win, you know, but you know, the process of creating a game, putting a character into Smash Brothers is years. Not just the licensing, but the animation and the what powers you're gonna have, what are you gonna do? And you know, the ship has a deep rudder, you know, and it's hard to make a big turn. I remember when Sega, Sonic knocked Mario off #1, and the gloom at CES was like, oh my God, enjoy this. Enjoy this, Charles. We might not be around in business next year, you know?
Wow.
And I'm like, but the rudder is deep, man. You know, the ocean above is going like crazy. The rudder is just going like this. And of course, everything survived. And now I think Nintendo owns
They can coexist.
Yes. It all works out.
Thank you. Over
you.
here.
Whale Whale is my favorite series. How was recording Whale Whale Gold, where Whale spoke in full sentences?
That was great fun. You know, it's great. The comedy I love about Wario is, you know, everything, and then that is a classic example of like, I will make the comedy look like it's going out, but it comes back. So he's like, he's so proud that he's got this throne, but it turns out to be a gold toilet. There's the comedy for me. It was great fun. I love every job. I've done probably 2,000 commercials and, you know, 250 video games. Everything is always fun for me. So it's an adventure. It's like, to me, it's like, hey, want to come and play in our sandbox? We have some new toys. Yippee! You know, I'm the dog. I'm the dog.
Yeah.
Play, oh boy, you know.
Always getting that ball.
A new chew toy.
Yeah.
I go, eat, you know.
Thanks a lot. Great question. Over
Yeah.
here. Go ahead.
Hey Charles.
Hi.
My name's Ashish, big
Hi,
fan.
Ashish. Thank you.
Yeah, Super Mario Galaxy is my favorite game of all time. I've played it, beaten it 15 times, and I always tell people this, and they really disagree with me, but I love the story of Super Mario Galaxy.
Yeah.
And I think it's probably like the best acting I've seen you do
Wow.
as Mario is that game.
Thank you.
So I just wanted to know, why do you think Mario resonates with people, even though he's a character who has such few lines, like even complete sentences, but for some reason, people just really feel the performance. I want to know.
That was
why
a great
that's
question.
Thank you. That's a lovely question. You know, I think that it's the music, the graphics, the joyfulness, the playfulness. That if you play the first Mario game and the most recent Mario game, there's a through line of that joy and happiness and fun. You know, and to me, what I sought to do in the creation of that character, personality-wise, was to make him all about all the things of honor of a human that I think are valuable: the loyalty, trustworthiness, care, love, the willingness to sacrifice if you need, but to save and to joy, and to face adversity with optimism instead of just dread, terror, and negativity. You know, I went to do a session. Mario Teaches Typing was one of the first things. After doing, you know, improv for 5 years, but in that 5 years, we did Mario Teaches Typing, and I went in the studio, and the script was like, you know, it's like, oh, good job, you know, oh, that was great, you know, and then, but when someone failed, it was like, oh, you failed, that was not very good, you have to go back to the beginning and start again and do better this time. And I'm really like going, can I try something different with this? And it was interplay, and the guy was not an intender. He goes, sure, go ahead, we don't know what we're doing. Yeah, sure. And I said, that was great, but I know you can do even better. Let's try again. Yippee! You know, to be loving, to be caring, to be optimistic.
Turn it into a positive.
Yeah, because, you know, when you're a child, you can hear a million adults telling you no, and all the negativity. And as a man, and as an adult, as a woman, we can easily become cynical. The answer is, read the newspaper. You can be confirmed that all people are horrible. There's nothing but death and murder and mayhem in the world. But if you sit in a room with somebody, you find the love, the joy, the tenderness, the commonality, which is why there is no such thing as a race. We're the human beings. We're all of us human beings. The tears of a mother in another part of the world, in Africa, in Asia, they sound different, but it's the same heart. We all have the same heart. So that's what I really tried to do with Mario. And of course with Luigi, to make him more silly, to compensate a little bit for the fear and anxiety, but with equal courage, you know? So thank you, that's a lovely question.
Thank you so much.
It was very much my intention to
Yes,
make
over
this
here.
character love.
Hello.
Hi.
My name is Wyatt Tillman.
Hi.
My favorite game is Mario 64.
Yippee!
And I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Mario game?
Wow, that's a great question. It's too complicated for me to answer because I'm in 165 games. You know, so, you know, for me, I like the sandbox games a little bit more just because, you know, this gentleman finished the Galaxy 15 times. I pretty much can always find out that the princess is not in this castle. That's the skill. So, you know, I mean, and I'm really grateful to Sunshine because that game taught me that I'm no good. I'm just no good. You know, you get on that crane and I'm like, wah! I get on the crane again, wah! You know, I fall off the crane 985,000 times, you know, and in my sleep I'm hearing, wah! You know, and then I finally get past that point, I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't fall off. And the crane goes and turns 180 degrees. And you're like, oh my gosh, now if I want to go right, I've got to use the left, but I want to do the left, I want to do the, wah! Another 978 million times. So, yeah, they're all great games. I'll never see who wins in the end. but except the preview I got in the studio. But you know, Sunshine, Galaxy, 64, Super Mario Bros. Wii, you know, or 3D World rather, and Wii, you know, all those things to me is like everything that is. Brings back that magic. Odyssey to me, as soon as I saw the electricity and then the rebeat, I'm like, okay, this is magical. As soon as I saw the hat go, magic, you know?
Yeah.
It's the magic. And that's really what happens in Mario games, is there's a magic, a joy that is compelling and seduces you and brings you into the joy and into the happiness and into the fun. And I think that's why it's really alive and will always be alive. Now, thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, we'll take one from this side. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Dominic.
Hi, Dominic.
Between voicing Mario, Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi, who did you have the most fun with?
You know, I have so much fun with all of them, it's just ridiculous. I will tell you, my brother's more Mario than he's the older brother, not as tall as I am, and he's the type of guy that he wants to go outside, he just goes straight through the window, whether it's open or closed. I'm the guy that's in the back going, you know, Mom and Dad didn't say we could go outside. I don't think we should go outside. I really don't think we should go. I really think we should stay inside. We got, you know. So I was much more trepidatious and Luigi in my life. You know, taller, had to run faster than my brother. You know, that sort of thing. You know, but they're characters of love and joy and happiness. So that's all I do is try to make things that people see the joy. And to me, Luigi is great because he's very silly. You know, that sense of humor is like, I always, when I do ho-ho on a thing, I go, ho-ho! And they look at it for a second, I go, it looked like uh-oh. I turn it upside down so it looks like uh-oh. But uh-oh, but it's actually ho-ho. And I put it the other way. Ridiculously nonsensical humor, but that's who I am, so. I don't know if I answered that question or not.
Oh, no, you did.
I think
did?
so.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, go ahead over here.
Hello, my name is Harrison.
Hi, Harrison.
And for your retirement, when Nintendo announced it, how long were you planning to retire before that? Like, until Nintendo?
Oh, well, I can tell you I'm never going to retire. You know, I'm going to keep doing these shows. I have a very wonderful project I'm working on right now. So, I just won't be doing the voices in the games. But I will be continuing to do these shows, doing ambassador work, going around the world with Nintendo. And then when I'm not with them, I'll be doing these shows so I can be with the wonderful fans of my work and of Mario's work and doing other projects as they come along. I've always been a believer, you know, at a certain point, you know, everybody needs a chance. And if guys that are my age try to get everything, you know, it doesn't give people a chance coming up. So I've always been measured. I turned down a lot of work when I was doing Mario all the time because I believe that the persona that I project should match the character. You know, so I would not do anything with obscenities, and that meant a lot of work went away. You know, it just does. You know, so I pick and choose based on what I want to do now.
Thank you.
You're still keeping busy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I just realized, I just had this trip. I went with my spouse up to Manchester, and from Manchester, we were supposed to go to Japan, but that gig got canceled, so we flew to Zanzibar for a week, and then Serengeti for safaris, and then to Kilimanjaro, and then up to London for a few days, went home for 3 days, and then flew to Rome, and then
whirlwind tour there.
And then I
It's like-
came here to the
Yeah.
United States, you know, I'm like, yeah, that is what I do.
You might as well be a rock star.
Yeah, I might as well be a rock
That's right.
star.
All right, over here. Go ahead for Charles.
Hi.
Hello, my name is Luke.
Hi, Luke.
My question is, what has been your favorite part about being a Nintendo ambassador?
Well, you know, it's being able to continue doing the voice, the fun, the joy, meeting fans. You know, we haven't done any gigs together yet because we're, you know, it's still in the infancy of that, but I'm sure I'm going to enjoy everything I do with Nintendo. It's always a tremendous joy for me.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Over here. Go ahead.
My name is Gloria, and I was wondering, are you proud of where you landed for all the years?
That's a lovely question. Thank you very much. Well, my mom would be proud of me. My dad would be proud of me. They have no idea who Mario is, but, you know, it's still a process. I'm still trying to learn to be the man that I want to be. And that process, I hope I figure it out before I'm, you know, horizontal. It's such a beautiful journey, life, you know, the love that you have. My uncle was a Green Beret, FBI, interrogator, you know, saw the worst of humanity. And then he was dying of cancer. And he was over at our house and he said, you know, one second. The only thing that matters is the people you love and the people that love you. Nothing else matters. And it's so true, you know? And when you reach the end and you realize that nothing else matters, or if you can give yourself the privilege of understanding that, then you can take yourself up to that next level of understanding life and being the person that you want to be. So I work on that.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Charles. Thank you for the question.
Yeah.
All right, we'll take one over here. We're running out of time, guys. I'm sorry, we won't get to everyone's questions, but we'll do our best. So we'll keep it rolling on this side.
Thank you. I'll try to roll too.
Hi. My name is Raphael.
Hey, Raphael.
We talked about the other.
Oh, sure, if invited, you know, anytime someone invites me to a sandbox to play, I'm gonna play. If Nintendo said, hey, come and play Mario in a game or in a movie or something, I'd be like, yippee! I'd be there in a New York minute. You know, of course. My answer on performance is always yes.
All right, thank you.
On the projects that are wonderful.
Nice. All right, over here.
You.
Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Jenna. It's nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm a big fan of your work and
Thank you.
love playing Mario, and I think you're a really talented actor.
Thank you.
So much for bringing the characters to life through your work.
Thanks.
I was just wondering, is there a favorite moment or like a fun moment you have from being in the booth backstage that you'd be okay with sharing?
I loved every single one of them. You know, you go in there. I've always prided myself on being extremely professional in the booth. So I always do exactly what the client has written, and then I start improvising, and I see how far they'll let me go in the strain of like, how wild can I go? And I always do that. So it's just that memory to me of the joy, the happiness, the fun, the being the dog on the beach, chasing that ball, to find the moment that the character really rings the truest, you know? And to me, that's always bigger than life. But that's not always the way for the designer. So, you know, I try to introduce my concept of the extremities so that they can choose sometimes to be out there and sometimes to be somewhere in here and somewhere over there, you know? So every one of those booth it's the cumulative booth memory that I have of my creativity. And I've always believed, you know, I remember hearing an artist say, you know, the only way to create is through suffering, you know? And I'm like, whoopee. Or you could just have fun, you know? So I've always been the one, I choose to create by love and joy and happiness, fun, looking for the seams, the cracks, the places where the character can, you know, have a little bit of light, you know? And that's what I do, you know? That's, to me, the magic of performance is through the joy, the love, the happiness, the fun, you know? So that's what I hope I left.
You brought a lot of joy to people, so thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Mission accomplished.
All right, folks, we are fast running out of time, so just two more questions over here, and then we'll finish on this side. Let's go right over here.
Well, first of all, if I'm going to be the last part on this side, I'm going to have to give it to this young man, honestly, because as somebody who lives with someone with disabilities,
You know, if you want to ask your question quickly, and then we can have room for both. It's totally fine. You go ahead, and then we'll let this gentleman go for sure.
So my question is, I'm Tommy. My question, who's your favorite person you've acted as? Mario, Luigi, Wario, or Waluigi?
Wow, that's a great question. I love Mario. That Mario to me, the love, the joy, the happiness, the optimism. Mario is the man I want to be. But I am more Luigi. A little sillier, a little more comic, taller, run faster, jump higher, to escape the wrath of my brother when I was younger. But, I do have a high anxiety level in myself. And so, it's like if I get a nick on my finger, oh my God, it's cancer, I'm gonna die, So I tend to be a little bit dramatic, and I wish I was more Mario. So Mario is the one that I aspire to be. Luigi is the one I more am. But if I drop my coffee on the ground in the morning 3 or 4 times, I definitely become a little more Waluigi. Why does this happen to me?
All right, well, we'll go to this side, and then we'll get to you in the black hat. You'll have the last question.
And
so
I can say
there.
that these characters, I always play like, Wario is anger, right? That's his core. Mario is courage, love. Luigi is fear, trepidation with courage. Wario is anger. Now, there's a positive and a negative side of anger. Anger, positively expressed, can lead to more vulnerability. I'm angry with you for doing this. That person go, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize. Now that person can change and you can become closer. The negative side is it can be very hurtful and punishing, but I always try to make it a comedic light, that it always comes back and hurts the other person. Whereas self-pity of Waluigi doesn't really have a positive side, but I always try to make it as silly and light as possible so you can look at self-pity and go, oh, okay.
Nice. Okay, over here, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Rose. After voicing Mario for so long, what was it like to voice Paarthurnax in Skyrim?
Final question for Charles Martinet. Go ahead.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
No pressure.
Thank you.
First of all, I want to let you know my most pleasant memory ever is of me and my brother just playing Super Mario Wii. Guess who was Mario?
Yippee!
And my question is, what was it like just watching Nintendo grow? Because I'm guessing you came out and around during the boom of 3D, right?
Yeah, I was there 5 years before that when I remember helping the announcement of the Game Boy Advance, and then of course the 3DS and the DS before that, and it's been great. It's been great. That's a great question, and it's a really there's a lot to answer in that. But to me, it's been an honor and a joy to be able to play in the sandbox where I get to create the personalities and the souls of these characters that I hope will last forever. So that's my wish, is that Nintendo keeps creating, keeps having fun, and don't lose your way, always stay in that. And I'm sure that's gonna happen, because mentioning Galaxy, I think the reason there's a Galaxy 2 is because the engineers were having so much fun doing Galaxy 1 that they kept kind of like playing around and drawing and having other, well, what if the gravity was like this? And what if this was a lava thing over here? What if we did this over here? And Mr. Miyamoto saw everybody having fun and said, well, if we're gonna keep having fun, let's just do another one. And that's why the second one exists. So it's all about the joy, the happiness, the love, the creativity out of joy, and the wanting to keep the impeccability of that creativity. So go Nintendo. Yippee! Thank you. Thank you so much for playing my game.
Charles, you're a beautiful person,
Thank you.
I am so honored to have shared the stage with you, and we thank you so much. And thanks to the audience for your great questions.
Thank you, everybody.
Let's hear it for Charles Martinet!
And I'm going to go back to my table for just a few minutes. So I probably can't answer questions back there, but if anybody has something to sign, I can quickly sign that. But the show does close at 5. So, thank you so much. Cheers.